Hello and welcome to another lesson with Class Solution Step. In this video, I'll be explaining briefly what Jenkins jobs are. So in Jenkins, a job refers to a task or a unit of work that can be scheduled or executed. So Jenkins jobs are the building blocks of continuous integration and continuous delivery CI/CD pipeline. So these jobs can have like a wide range of activities, including compiling source code, running tests, deploying applications, and more. So let's look at some key points about Jenkins job. So when I'm talking about key points of Jenkins job, the first thing, let's look at the definition, right? So a Jenkins job is defined by a set of configuration that specify what actions need to be performed. So this configuration can include source code repository, build tools, post-build actions, and so on. So let's look at three types of jobs. So the first one we're going to be looking at, because Jenkins supports various types of jobs. So let's look at the three major types of jobs, right? So the first one is the freestyle project, right? So the freestyle project is a traditional Jenkins job with a graphical user interface for configuration, and then these are suitable for simple build and deployment process. Allow you to define the entire build, test, deploy pipeline as code using either declarative or scripted pipeline syntax. And then the third one, multi-configuration project. So these jobs allow running the same build with different configurations. For example, on different operating systems or maybe JDK version. All right. The next thing we're going to look at is the execution trigger. Execution trigger. So jobs can be triggered manually by users or automatically based on certain events. So common triggers including pull commit, pull request, or scheduled build. So don't worry. Along the line in the lesson, we'll be going through all this in this Jenkins Docker series. And then we also have configuration parameters. So Jenkins job can accept parameters that allow for customization of the build process, and the parameters can be defined to take user input or to be dynamically generated during the build. And then we have the build steps, right? So the build steps in Jenkins, you define a series of build steps or tasks to be executed. So these steps could include compiling code, running tests, packaging artifacts, and the post-build action, right? So the post-build action is like what happens, like after the build steps, like everything is completed, then the Jenkins job also include the post-build action, right? So these actions these actions could involve like archiving the artifact, triggering the downstream jobs, sending notifications, or deploying, applications. And then the workspace. We have the workspace right here. So each job has its own workspace where it performs its tasks, right? So the Jenkins workspace is a directory on the Jenkins master or agent where the jobs can store files and data. And then the build history. This is the Jenkins maintains like a build history for each job, allowing users to review past builds and then view the console output and then analyze, trends over time. And then we also have integration with source control. So Jenkins are often connected to version control system like Git, subversioning, and the rest. So Jenkins monitors this repository for changes and then triggers builds automatically, and then logging and console output, right? As jobs are executed, Jenkins captures the console output, providing detailed information about the progress and results of each build steps. And then finally, right here, permissions and security. So Jenkins allow administrators to control access to the job based on user roles and permissions. So this ensures that only authorized users can configure or trigger certain jobs. So don't worry, all the key points that I've mentioned right here, we're talking about Jenkins job. I'll be going through everything one after the other in the Jenkins Docker series. So I'll explain everything to you. We'll have the proper hands on them. So in conclusion, Jenkins jobs are the fundamental units of work in Jenkins. So representing tasks or processes that automate various aspects of the software development lifecycle. So they play a crucial role in enabling continuous integration, continuous delivery, and then automation of our software development project. All right, that'll be all for this month.